Okay, everybody.
Whole time I'm looking at Moana dancing in the back of the ship.
What's up?
Yeah, me too.
You were looking at the back of the ship?
Moana dancing.
Moana? Yeah. Flapping her bird wings.
Nice.
All right. So let us go back to the class 4 zones if we want, but I assume the ones we've already completed we don't need to go to.
Yeah, I can't think of a reason.
They didn't change anything.
I don't think we can go back to the other era either. I saw the red alert. At least not yet.
I mean, there was that wee child who was dying of the 12-year sickness, just like Laffy said.
Remember, that's from the end of the game.
Well, but I don't know at what point that counts. So it's not this point, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. But I believe we're close.
Well, yeah. I keep getting the feeling that we're close. I don't have a lot to support that feeling. Just... Okay. So I think we did all of these, didn't we?
Yep.
I guess we're going to the dock.
ああ。やられたのはカノ主にだが、しぐれが相手でも同じだっただろう。
Oh god.
硬いだけではな。すまなかった。柄にもなく無心などとうぬぼれた。
うぬぼれていいさ。お前の腕は間違いなく超一流だ。次の刀期待してるぜ。
お前はまだ俺を信じてくれるのか。
当然だろう。世界のどこにオリハルコンを刀にできる鍛冶がいる。そんな名工が何百年も迷って悩んであがいた末に生まれる刀を俺は振るってみたい。
ロクロ。
それとももうゴーランに勝つのは諦めるか。
諦めた男の顔に見えるか。
全く見えないな。
後悔は順調だよ。
問題は
Doesn't look like the face of a man who's given up because he has no face.
どの程度の時間がかかるか。
I think that was the real joke.
Yep.
アイフリードは沈めの儀式って言ってた。おそらくカノ主の力を解放するためのもの
だろうが、ベルベットの絶望とライフセットを食えていない以上完全ではないはずだが、発動すれば
人の意志が奪われる。そして醜い人の業は静まり、汚れは生まれなくなりましたとさ。めでたしめでたしというわけじゃな。意志が消える。昔の僕みたい。
Yep, you're getting it, kiddo.
何かが来る。
Is it Sin?
It might be Sin, but it looks like it's an anime. Photoshop render clouds and an anime. Okay, yeah, that's pretty serious, this anime. It's clearly Akira. Bad end.
これは領域。うん、カノ主のだ。
I admit I have no idea how that could have happened.
意識を奪われた。まだ完全には意識を封じられておらん。
Didn't they have
ロクロ
to
全員
do
殴って
something
目を覚ま
first?
させい。
任せろ。
アイゼン。
ああ、一旦近くの港につける。ゼクソン港だ。
So they're sending us to a different port.
Yep.
Yeah, kiddo, we get that.
気合を入れろ。意
Is
識を
that
刈り取
bird
られ
just a
るぞ。
decoration or is it a real bird?
Decoration.
In canon,
Oh.
it's a real bird.
But they don't give it its own animation set.
No.
ボラードのあなたは無事だったのですね。
A bird would fall off.
私は無事でいてはいい。 私は利をむさぼった他人を蹴落とし利用した
Is he gonna walk his own plank and just like jump off the end and die? So predictable.
We're just gonna
So
watch.
predictable.
やめてください。
汚れはなくさなければならない私は死ななければ
She's such an angel.
死ななければ
I like Eleanor. I mean, she's depressingly good girl. But I'm into it.
死ぬのは勝手よ。
I'm into it. I admit
死
it.
ななければならないってのは気に食わない。
She's difficult in her own
Eleanor's
way.
precious.
自覚した者は自ら命を絶った実に無駄のない断りじゃな
舵を奪うどこ
I think Magu's most
一心
important
まで押し付ける
out of all of them.
ふざけやがって
Void, you what?
I think
何が起こってる
Magu's
のか
worst
調
to
べ
put
る
out
わ
of all
よ。
of them.
それとも見たくない？
I'm not sure Magulu's ever read a book on ethics.
でもそれ以上に逃げたくありません。
And yes, she's always surrounded by books. Usually.
まずはこの力の影響範囲を確かめる。ローグレスまで行ってみましょう。
Right, so now that we've stopped here, we've got to go check another port.
これがカノ主による小さく清涼な目指していた理想の世界だというのですか。
みんな目が死んでるでふこんな世界ちっとも楽しくないでふよ
心を押さえつけるだけじゃなくて死ぬことを強制するなんておかしい。
死ななきゃならないなんて理想があるか。
無理やり心を抑え込んだところで今度はそれが新たな業を生みかねんならば命ごと心を立てばいいというのはいかにもジジイどもの考えそうな断りじゃな。
何が断りだ。
とにかくローグレスへ向かうわよ。
Oh, more cutscenes.
この世界はどうなってしまうんでふカノ主の力はどこまで広がってるんですか。
カノ主の領域が広がった瞬間すごく遠くから力が近づくのを感じた。広がった力が空を覆い尽くすような感じ。きっと他の町に
少なくともこの国すべての人間に届く範囲で領域を広げたはずじゃ。さもなくば神聖化の意味はないからの。
今頃各地でゼクソン公と同じようなことが起こっているのですね。操り人形のようになるか、あるいは
自ら命を絶つか。
あの一瞬で理想の地獄を作り上げるとは聖主カノ主恐るべしだな。
私たちはそれほど強大な存在に立ち向かおうとしているのですね。降りるなら今が最後のチャンスよ。地獄に降りろと？この先に進んでも地獄なのは変わりないわ。ええ、でもこの道には心も意志もあります。同じ地獄なら生き地獄を私は選びます。泣いても知らないわよ。先を急ぎましょう。
これが沈めの儀式とやらの成果か。
おそらくね。まさしく人間の沈静化だもん。
聖主の御座を訪れた人々に記念の聖杯を売りつけようとしていた私は愚かでした。人を騙して手に入れた金で真の幸せなど得られるはずがないのです。この汚れた命をやり直すために土産屋を畳み出家して聖堂教会に入る人です。この税を貪るのではなく全ての人々のために身を捧げ聖なる教えを人々に伝える、そうあるべきなのです。
ああ、カノ主が人の欲や業を抑え込んだことで見事なまでに汚れのない清らかな人間になったわ。こんな
気持ちの悪い世界を作るためにあいつら。
So I'm trying to understand what exactly they think is happening. because at its core, what would... Wow, received 0 Tails coins. Wow. Criminal. What would be the point of going to church if you have no free will? What are you teaching anyone?
I don't know.
Like, you would think they would just, you know, spend more time in the fields and in the factories, but spend basically no time because they could be praying every minute of every day while they do other stuff. You know, the rest of them is not useful.
Honestly, you kind of figured out how neat and organized people were in that cutscene. Walking in perfect straight lines.
But it's not impressive when a machine does it. What they've done is they've turned an organic thing into an inorganic thing. And while that's aesthetically beautiful in its own regard, there's a problem. And the problem is that there's no merit. There's no... this old guy is just like, I must serve. And my point is, like, if your thoughts are consumed with that, and that's all you do, then what is the point to a great many actions that you take that are there to help you hone and practice and function, you know? Like, you only need to be just good enough at everything and anything, right? Just good enough becomes the new normal. I don't know. I have feelings about, and I get that they're portraying this as bad. I'm not debating that at all. But I feel like Innominat should have realized that this is a self-defeating concept, right? That if Innominat implements this, then humans have no reason to believe in anything because they have no reason to have feelings about anything. And if they have no reasons to have feelings, then they have no reason to believe in Innominat, right? Their time is better invested doing stuff rather than going to the abbeys. Because they have nothing that they're contending with. They're not contending with complex feelings or desires or things they know better, and they need the support of another person or a congregation to help them get through that. They don't need any of that. They're just, you know, perfectly content, albeit blank and boring human beings. They're CPUs. CPUs don't have a function other than the function we give them. Right? They're capable of incredible things, but they don't have a function unto themselves. And they're not capable of writing their own function. They're capable of improving on designs that you know, humans might feed them, but they're not capable of coming up with their own inspiration, let's say. So my problem with this whole ecosystem is that the characters are doing what they're programmed to do, but there's nobody at the helm programming them. They're programmed to go to church, but there's nothing to be gained or learned from going to church. Does that make sense?
They're just there, just like God's dick. That's it. Or, let me rephrase that, his ego.
Edith, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Not really.
Okay. I just feel like it's self-defeating. That making people believe in something makes them not believe in it. Because there's no point in believing in anything when they're forced to believe. There is no belief. It's like a gear turning inside a transmission doesn't believe in momentum. It just turns. You see what I mean?
It's not belief, it just becomes law.
Yeah, it just does the thing that it does. And while that's fine, while that's okay on that operational level, if Inominat requires anyone below Inominat to believe in Inominat at all, then this is kind of a self-defeating concept.
I wonder how this affects people.
Maybe
at
the performative
Abby's.
act of just going to church is enough to sustain him.
Yeah, maybe literally walking into the building is all that it takes. Is that what you're getting at?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it could be that literally stepping into the building is the required element that would be absent otherwise. And I'm not going to debate that with you. I think that's an amusing possibility, but at its core, I don't know. I hope my query at least brings up something interesting in people's heads.
I was starting thinking of Greek gods, how they need to create humans just for the prayer to stay alive.
Well, I don't think that that's quite how that works. I mean, Greek gods, yeah. I don't think Greek gods required belief in order to exist. I mean,
I think that
maybe I'm wrong, but you know what I mean? I didn't get the impression that that was a required. I got the impression that they just were. They just existed, and it didn't matter if you liked it or didn't like it. Like,
I think it's part of the Civil War reason too. Like with becoming, they needed to see himself without being part of whatever his name's will, Tridon, whatever, Tridon. I forget his name. Pretty much Zeus's, and I'm so tired right now. Zeus's and Hades is dead.
Zeus's dad, Kronos?
Yeah, Zeus is dead. Yeah, Kronos, that's it.
I was like, wait. I was trying to figure out what you were on about, but I'm with you now.
Yeah, so what they wanted to be part of his will, they needed to create humans to sustain themselves. That's what I think it was.
And maybe, and but I don't recall that, and that might, you know. I'm gonna break this one down and upgrade this one. Smush. Enhance. Boom. All right. So they want us to go places.
Where is it to go?
Matt, I was trying to figure out. Okay, we should go to the inn. But also, world map. Where do they really want us to go? Zoom out.
I see a lot of new.
Morgana Woods and Tranquil Woods. That's all I saw. Maybe we can finally go into Tranquil Woods. Because we haven't been able to go deep into Tranquil Woods at any point. Isn't that right, Edith?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty sure that's the one that we've just kind of never done anything with.
Wait,
I provide sustenance. This is my point. Like, there's a ton of things that people do because people have free will and people have, you know.
Then why are they buying booze?
Well, I think that's the point. I think the drunken sailor
私はこれ以上逃げるべきではない。
Yeah.
まずは町衆の神水を破棄させ
Just gonna destroy all the booze.
自立こそが今の世界に求められているものなのです。そういう反省は神水をたらふく飲んでいい気分になった次の朝にするもんだぜ。
自分を見失うなら可能の死の沈静化より神水の方がよほどマシだ。
Yeah, if that was the case and that was in front of me, I was like, all right, I'm taking it, so you can't destroy it.
Well, but that's my point, is that humans who have no real compulsion to do anything have no real compulsion to do anything.
Yeah, I wonder how some businesses would stay open too.
Who cares? I mean, like, that's what I mean about free will. Like, why do taxes have a function? Because there's stuff that a willful government wants to do. Why do people vote? Because people have a will to do something about something. When people have no will to do anything about anything, they're operating in the here and now, and that's it. Like, they'll probably be capable of keeping themselves from starvation. They'll probably be capable of keeping themselves, you know, from going extinct. But, like, you'd have a healthier species on one hand, but no motivation on the other hand. And the complete lack of motivation is in and of itself a problem.
I beg to differ on that healthier situation.
Well, okay, healthier in certain regards. That's kind of what I was getting at, that, like, it's a question of how you measure stuff, right? What are your metrics? But taking away people's free will doesn't necessarily result in happiness. It results in emptiness, right? Just emptiness. And if emptiness is enough to satisfy your idea of happiness, then I guess it's okay. But I feel like asking people not to be self-interested is like asking a tiger not to eat. And don't get me wrong, I feel like it's extremely virtuous to buck that trend. I feel like more people need to try harder for each other rather than for themselves. But I also don't believe that animals, quo animals, are strictly capable of constantly bucking that trend, you know? Like, even the best people are going to have moments of pure self-interest, because what else can they do?
I wonder if this thing also affects animals as well, now I think about it.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this opens up just a lot of questions. So, okay, so we're supposed to go to someplace, but apparently not.
The woods, maybe?
I guess we're supposed to walk there? Can't we walk there from here?
Or teleport?
I don't think we can teleport. We can only teleport back. Okay, we can teleport. It said it was endless.
That's the Denor bottle. The Enough bottles aren't endless.
I've had enough of that. Welcome to dad jokes.
Okay, Daddy.
飼っていられないんだ。だからまとめて外に捨てたのは正しい断りなんだよ。
友達の男の子は飼ってたカブトムシを全部捨てたよ。それが断りなんだって言ってたよ。
僕はクワブトを捨てたくない。
Animals are sustenance or labor.
Oh, that's so bad.
Well, that's what I mean by, like, there's lots of things people do for reasons that aren't describable by the framework that they're providing. That there's other ways of looking at things that require emotions or motivations.
I sure wouldn't be one of furry in this world.
人里離れた場所で静かに死の時を待つべきなのです。
老いを認めるっていうよりは老いを諦めたって感じだな。
こんな輩が増えればウバステ山が満員になるぞ。
Yeah. If you think that you're a burden on everyone around you, and you're not supposed to be a burden, then you simply go and commit suicide to take away the burden from other people. The problem is that in most religions, committing suicide is also in and of itself not good. So my point is that you create these paradoxes and these virtue loops of like, you can't satisfy this virtue without breaking that virtue. You can't satisfy that virtue without breaking this virtue.
I think it's all in the wheel. It's like, all right, you're too far gone to save, so go ahead and get rid of yourself.
I don't.
Kaishi, where are you going?
I'm picking up kitty clumps.
Oh, okay.
And going to Port Zexon.
That's where we came from.
I thought we came from... Wait, is it?
You teleported to our destination and now are walking back to where we came from.
Oh, you're right. Fuck. Excuse me while I run back to the town that we needed to go to.
Like, I thought you came up here just to get the speech bubble, and then...
Well, I did, and then I got kitty clumps, and then, you know, I got distracted by running around in circles around a rock. Listen, I'm not capable of staying on task. That's a thing I do at work. I'm not working right now. I'm playing. Eliminate what is worthless. This is what I'm getting at. Like, there's things that humans do for the sake of aesthetics, strictly, and they serve no purpose. They don't have to be... No, I mean, like, things like embroidery, or like, when you're repairing a garment, the garment had to get repaired anyway. You could choose to repair it in the quickest, most painless way, or you can spend 5% more effort and make it look pretty. Humans will typically pick the spend 5% more effort and make it look pretty. Unless it's, you know, being done by a business that does not care. But
yeah, and
humans individually will care. And so art exists only in the space that is the space I'm talking about, but without intrinsic desire, with humans having no desires, them as blank slates, they wouldn't... It's not good. There wouldn't be anything remotely like art. There wouldn't be anything remotely like science. There wouldn't be curiosity. Why would curiosity exist? You know? What drives curiosity?
I don't know.
Some self-interested motivation to learn or something? I don't know. But like... I should seek a male counterpart. Form, beauty, appearance, these are all superfluous. Seek a biological partner who... You see what I'm getting at? Like, it's so empty. And that emptiness goes against what humans stand for on the whole. Humans, if anything, attribute meaning to things that don't have meaning.
Oh god, you just made me think of a whole new aspect now. Hearing that, then thinking that they're stuck in this for like a month, then they find out they're married to someone else that they hate.
Okay, but I want to go back to what I was saying, which is that if anything, humans are guilty of attributing traits to things that don't have those traits. People identify with their toys and their tools. They impress ideals upon things and refer to them in like anthropomorphized ways. They'll care about things that those things themselves don't have feelings. So why does it matter? Why do people want to keep their tools clean and organized? As long as they know where the tools are, it doesn't matter where the tools are. As long as the tools are in serviceable shape, it doesn't matter if they're clean. But it's like showing respect to the tools. The tools don't care. So, no, a lot of people say a dirty tool is a good tool, but that's a different story. What I'm saying is the tool doesn't care. The tool does its job, dirty or clean, right? People do stuff because of their feelings about it, independent of the tool's feelings about it, right? The tool has no feelings. And I'm using tools as an example. But it's like people like me will go out of our way to treat our stuff well, even though our stuff doesn't care. I don't want to break stuff. I don't want to damage stuff. I want it to keep working 20 years later. But I have like feelings about that. It's not a thing I do out of some sort of economic motivation or, some other motivation. It's feeling oriented. I want to show respect to my things, despite the fact that they are simply things. It's bizarre. But when you take that respect element away, I don't know what it is, Call me crazy, but that's how I feel. The mechanics I've known have had lots of little idiosyncrasies about their tools in much the same way that I'm describing, but in ways that, from an exterior standpoint, like, I'm very, very much willing to respect it because I can understand this is a thing that they interact with all of the time. It matters to them that these things be there consistently and at the ready and be in the state they're anticipating, and that no other state will do. I get that. But they have an extra layer of feeling about it, because it's their tools. If that makes any sense. People care about their cars. They care about their clothes. So my point is that taking away all these shades of meaning from people seems inhumane. It seems inorganic. And that you've basically deleted the personness from the people. Well, Edith, what's your point?
I mean, yeah, it's all of this is very fucked.
Yes. All of this is very fucked is a very straightforward way of putting it.
Yeah, the whole time it's going on, I've been having to hear any music, which is just makes things so much worse for me.
But I'm talking about it from the perspective of Artorias/Innominat. That I feel like this is a self-defeating enterprise.
Yes, but how does it affect them though? Do they actually use their free will as well? Like, Artorias? No way they should, but...
I'm trying to think about, like, we have stores that sell solutions to problems, right? They'll provide you tools, they'll provide you entertainment, they'll provide you clothing, they'll provide you all sorts of stuff. Stores like Walmart and Target, very general purpose stores. What if those stores didn't sell solutions to a temporary problem, but instead a permanent problem? Like, you could buy food from Walmart, and now that you've bought that food, you would never be hungry again. Like, it would literally delete your need for sustenance. Right? I know that sounds very abstract, but just roll with it. So if Walmart sold food that made it so the people who ate it were never needed to eat again. They weren't hungry, they weren't compelled to eat. They were just perpetually good to go. The problem is that Walmart itself would quickly run out of customers to sell that product to. Right? So you don't really want to have self-defeating patterns in anything larger than, oh, I don't know, a very altruistic, small-scale organization trying to make sure everybody's happy. You want to have people who like solve problems till there's no more problems to solve. You want that, but you don't want that at the level of an entire society, because you get this.
I see it as not even eating them more and losing a sense of taste.
Wait, what about taste?
If we had food that was make us not eat more, we wouldn't have reason to taste anything.
Exactly, yeah. We would no longer have a need to have a sense of taste. If you could eat this thing one time in your life and you would never need to eat again, and now you're just perpetually no longer hungry, but also, I know it doesn't make sense to do that to physics, but ignoring physics. And then what if you extend that concept to other things? Like, here's a shirt that never wears out. Never breaks, always fits you, it's perfect forever. Right? Here's a water jug that never runs out of water. If you sold perfect solutions to everybody, then at some point everybody has every problem solved, and now that every problem is solved, you can't operate as a business. You can't sell anything because every problem has been solved. That's what I mean by like self-defeating, right? That the very existence of this strategy deletes the success of its own strategy.
Actually, I see it as you succeeded in this, trying to find something else to upgrade to focus on.
Well, and I mean, to some extent, we want people not to be so stressed out by what's going on that they, you know, we want them to be able to look for ways to do better than they did yesterday. That's just the march of progress. But imagine, if you will, that there were no more needs. Everything was a want. Oh, wait, there are no more wants. Well, then what motivates a person, you know? Like, what motivates a person to do thing? It's not good. It's not a good scenario. And I'm not just talking about...
Inominar motivates people to do things.
Well, but they seem like they have less motivation than ever, right? Also, I'm not really sure where they want me to go. Like, we've been a lot of... Oh, they want me to go back to the...
Is that a church or no?
No.
No.
They want... Yeah, they want... Okay. I see. I think they do want me to go to the church. It's just that me going forward here is actually me going south, which feels weird.
We're going the other direction.
No, I'm following the map. This is where they want me to go. See? It's just... It feels strange because this is going to the south. It feels like it's not. But yeah, there's the star. Anyway. To some people, a self-defeating motivation or self-defeating prophecy is basically a plot hole, because if you follow through on the thing you're compelled to do, you delete the need to have done it in the first place. A lot of like sci-fi that revolves around paradoxes has that issue where, you know, okay, you solve the problem, but now there was no problem to solve. So why would you be motivated to do it?
Oh, the friends.
Yep. Yeah, so anybody who's not fully manipulated by this lives in fear.
And it looks like the church turned to angels.
Wow, I'm hitting them for next to nothing. It's great. Oh, and then I can hit them.
Am I disconnected? I'm the kid.
No, you're playing as the kid. Switch back. They messed up the party order.
Yeah, you're gonna need to fix that. Why do they do that? Why do they change the party order without telling anybody?
Because
No.
they're thinking solo player.
That was a rhetorical question, but it's a demonstration of a problem that I have.
パーシバル殿下と女の子が
さっきの奴らが連れ去ったようじゃな。
殿下は私たちを逃がそうとしてくれたのよ。清涼は感情を残した人間を離宮に集めていると言っていたわ。
王子たちを追うわよ。離宮に何があるのかを確かめる。
正門はどんな経緯で敷かれてるかわからないわ。裏からこっそり行こう。
なるほど。地下道再びだな。
そういうことね。
Okay.
巻き込んでも知らんぞ。
Like, what compels the game to change the whole party order for no reason?
Someone at the party to begin with.
No, but they didn't.
Lobby set.
That was a while ago. We put him back in the right party order half an hour ago. That's what I mean. They did it again. I'm also not strictly sure where they want me to go. Rescue Percival from the villa. Well, this isn't the villa, is it? This is the Abbey? The villa is the other direction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, is that what the chicken is under the ground?
The chicken?
The griffin, whatever.
What? What?
Sanctuary.
That's where
what I
we
was thinking.
found the griffin, yeah.
Where we first got Eleanor.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. That's the villa. So we need to go to a different location. Even though they didn't. Well, that's the catacombs there. I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing.
The catacombs are where we need to go, because we need to take the sewer route into the villa.
I know I keep saving. I'm going to save, but I'm also going to save over one of my more recent saves. Just so that I don't need to... I like to have save rotation in case something happens. And if the saves are too close together, the rotation sort of breaks. That makes sense. I don't know. I'm sorry for like waxing philosophic about all this stuff, but that's really where my heart is like determining is solving a problem creating another self-fulfilling problem that makes it just no better. Maybe we shouldn't go down that route.
I keep coming up with these weird situations, but my own stuff, thinking about stuff.
About what stuff?
Like, alright, if you ask someone out, you have to worry about somebody shooting you down, or you get shut down in the first place at all.
Wait, so if you ask somebody out and you get shut down, I'm not sure that I'm following you.
Would you get shut down? Like,
in this context?
Yeah.
You wouldn't get shut down because the only imperative that you have is a biological one to procreate. That was explicitly stated by another character. That, like, there was no reason for them to have any feelings about aesthetics or to have any feelings about anything past just, are they biologically compatible with me? Great, cool, then I guess I guess they're as good a partner as any. And if somebody somehow had a desire that was not instilled upon them, within them, whatever, then they would be bad, and you would just, you know, find a different partner because they weren't a good partner. Therefore, like, you don't lose anything. You don't have feelings about anything. Just, well, the bad ones get tossed, and we move on with the good ones. It's the same way that dating in this context would be the same way that you sort through a pile of Brussels sprouts or green beans. You know, you find the ones that are worth keeping and you prep them for use. You peel them, you pull the string out, whatever you're doing, you know. And the ones that are no good, you just throw away. That's great. People are a thing to be thrown away. People are Brussels sprouts. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's a problem. It's a problem. And I know that's the point the writers were going for. I'm not debating that, but I feel like Innominat should have, in Innominat's infinite wisdom, had some sort of understanding that this would be the case. You know what I mean? If you're supposed to be a deity, you would think that you would be capable of recognizing that this is a self-defeating prophecy.
How is it self-defeating? Everybody does exactly what Innominat wants them to do.
And then Innominat doesn't... I don't know. People aren't people enough to have Innominat... Does Innominat require some degree of belief? I thought so. Maybe not. But Innominat requires malevolence. We know that. And their plan was to breed a dragon bad enough, big enough that they could nom away on that malevolence forever. Or functionally forever. I'm just... I don't know.
ああ、その辺の兵士よりよほど気骨はある。
If there's a hole in what I'm thinking, Edith, please point it out. I mean, you are, but at the same time, like, give me more.
案外あのばあさんは影武者だったりしてな。
僕、あのタバサの作る料理が好きだったのに。
I guess I'm trying to describe entropy. That at some point you've taken all of the entropy out of the system. And so the system just sort of withers. Much like my houseplant that is beside me that makes me sad every time I look at it.
Why have you been watering it?
It's not a matter of watering. I think I overwatered it. I think it's dying in a whole different way. I think I cared too much, and that's the problem. That's me.
Bless you.
I care too much, and I inadvertently make things unhappy.
Sorry. Thanks.
At least we can take the warp, right?
Yeah. And there are no monsters down here.
Why not?
Because I don't see any.
Well, I recognize that. I don't see any either, but it's not what I was...
Oh, wait.
Are there definitely no monsters? Oh, see, there's monsters. It's just that we can kill them by riding through them. Were there any monsters here that we needed to actually acquire anything from? Because I know there were some monsters somewhere that we hadn't gotten.
That was a different area. Oh god, I'm dreading that fight later on.
What fight?
Something that in the story that I'm gonna have to do.
Spoilers?
You're gonna pass me to control.
I mean, there's these two. And there's this, which tells me we're able to kill that later. But then there was, like, some other item early on that we missed. This. Wall man.
That,
We need to fight
what was that
these.
again?
I think that's the only thing that we're... Oh, wait. As I say that, I find another one. Okay, Wallman, and then... this. Got... And these are right here. So, yeah, no, we should definitely... This is, like, literally why I'm checking. Because as it would turn out, this is the place that we can go and get those items. Sounds like we should do that.
We didn't get first drop.
Nope, we didn't. You're right.
肩慣らしにもならんな。
We need the armor boy. We need more goblin heads.
And the slime's good too.
The what?
On the ceiling. Slimes on the ceiling.
Oh, do we need those?
No, we're good with those.